2 videos in one day. The inconsistency is running rampant. What's going on, everybody? My name is Alex. This is a little thing that we call Jabber. And we are back being inconsistent. So that's fine. 2 videos in one day, not even changing the shirt, still got coffee going. This episode of Andor, we're just gonna jump in. Spoilers, by the way. So, for the 12 of you that'll watch this. I didn't do a review for episode 5 of Andor because, again, inconsistent. I forgot. Not really, I just didn't do one. I watched it. I enjoyed it. Moving on. This episode, though, again, for those of you who think that this series is a snooze fest, was this episode a snooze fest? If this episode was a snooze fest to you, please comment and let me ask you why. Because why? Why was it a snooze fest? Give me 3 good reasons in essay format as to why it was a snooze fest for you. I'll understand if you say that it's slow. The show is slow. This episode's not slow. This episode picks up the pace, and it's done excellently. I fucking love this episode. This is the best episode of the show so far, as it should be. It's the big heist. They've been building up to this episode for 2 episodes, which I like the way that they're blocking this season out in episodes of 3, and they're giving each director of the show 3 episodes to basically tell their 3-episode arc to move us forward into the next stage of Andor's adventure. You have episodes 1 through 3, which was a great premiere. 2 episodes of build up, everybody on the internet going to sleep and bitching that it's too much exposition, whatever. And then you get a 3rd episode of fucking just what you want, right? Pew 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 pew, pew 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 pew, but it's not mindless pew pew pew. I'm convinced that Star Wars fans amongst every fandom ever has no fucking idea what they actually want. That's your problem, not my problem. I love it. I think this show is the best thing that the Star Wars Disney Plus shows have done. It's probably the best thing since even of the new movies. For me, like Rogue One is my favorite of the Disney movies, and now Andor, a Rogue One prequel series, is my favorite thing that the Disney Star Wars shows have done. So that makes sense. Maybe they should do more of that. I don't know. They're definitely showing you that adult-driven Star Wars works, and it works well. And Tony Gilroy and Dan Gilroy, which I guess is his brother, killing it, my lords. If you think that this show is a snooze fest, I would like to know what you prefer more. Is it this? Or is it this? What do you prefer from Star Wars more? Like Mandalorian type stuff, which I get. That's more of like the Star Wars family friendly kind of, you know, I love Mandalorian. Don't get me wrong. That and Andor are like neck and neck. They're great parallels for one another, because on one hand you got Mando, which is, you know, the classic kind of campy space western that we all fucking love and enjoy. Who doesn't like that type of stuff? But on the other hand, you have Andor, which is the grittier, also very Star Wars adult side of the entire universe, which I mean, it's everything that I've wanted out of Star Wars. I've wanted more mature, character-driven, story-driven thriller shows, and this is exactly what they said that it was going to be. And I don't know how you could just... I mean, I understand if you think it's slow. I get that. And if you still think it's slow, stop fucking watching it and just let people who are enjoying it watch it, because at this point you're wasting your time, and it's just... It's annoying. I mean, I didn't like Book of Boba Fett, but I watched it, even though it's one of the most fucking dumb things that I've ever seen, and didn't deliver on what they pitched in its gangster show at all. It had like its moments, like the moments with the Hutts. That was dope. The two Mando episodes, the only reason to even watch that show. After that, like when I go back and I watch Book of Boba Fett, I don't even watch the Book of Boba Fett. I just watch those two Mando episodes, because those two Mando episodes are better than half of both seasons of Mandalorian. So, whatever, we're getting off track. This episode is a big heist, and it's a dope fucking heist. It drives you through. I mean, it doesn't quit from the moment that it starts. I mean, once they go into the heist, it's on, just back and forth, going every which direction. And I like the twist at the end. Like they normally, in most of these heist kind of movies or shows, there's always somebody that turns. Half the crew dies, always. But there's always somebody that turns midway through the heist and tries to fuck up the heist for the rest of the crew. This wasn't the case. Motherfucker waited till they had the money. And that was so good. That was so good. That whole scene at the end with Scourge, whatever the fuck his name is, the dude from The Bear. That conversation that he has with Andor, and Andor just quick drawing and shooting him right in the fucking chest, blowing him away. Oh my god. How can you say that the show is boring? Seriously. You're not watching it then. You're just not watching it. And if you are watching it and you still think it's boring, then you just don't like listening to dialogue. I've said this time and time again. I don't understand people's complaints when they say it's boring. It's slow for sure. It's definitely slow, but you gotta have 2 episodes of kind of like a slow build-up to this great crescendo of a fucking last episode when they're doing these 3 episode blocks. So 7 through 9, I guarantee you, 2 episodes of build-up, which are going to be fucking awesome. I'm convinced already. We're halfway through this season, which is great, by the way. We're usually almost done with the season by this point. We're halfway through. We still got 6 more episodes to go. So all of you people sleeping can continue sleeping, and I'm going to be enjoying every fucking bit of the slow moving episodes, because I like that. I like that kind of stuff. It's great. It's like House of the Dragon, which I know I said I was going to do a weekly House of the Dragon show or review. I'm going to wait until the end of the season and just do like a whole season. But that show is still better to me than Andor is. I love them both. They're like neck and neck. But House of the Dragon is just... It's fucking awesome. The dialogue. I love that. I love listening to dialogue and plotting and scheming and all that shit. which is what's happening in Andor. You're getting to know the Empire a lot more, and that's always something that I've wanted to see. And if you don't like that, then just go back to the fucking chrome Vespas on Tatooine. Like, if you need to stay in your comfort zone in order to enjoy Star Wars, and you need fucking cyberpunks in Tatooine, and Boba Fett and pew pew pew, Luke Skywalker lightsabers force, if that's what you need for Star Wars, for you to be like, oh my god, that's the brightest show I've ever seen, then by all means do that. But that's what you like. I like Star Wars, and I love this show. I'll watch anything Star Wars related, and if I don't like it, whatever. If I really don't like it, I won't watch it. But even if I really don't like it, I'm still gonna see it through, because I love Star Wars so much that, like, I'm gonna watch the bad ones too. I'll bitch about them, sure, and I'll tell you what they probably should have done differently, but it's my favorite universe ever. I love it. I don't even the stupid Vespas, even those stupid Vespas, I hate them. I will actually never watch that ever again. But I at least watched it once. If you think that the Vespas are better than this show, let me know in the comments below. I'm acting like I'm wrapping it up. I still haven't even gotten to the fucking eye part. That eye scene, the eye with all the fucking tribal people dancing around, and them, like, once they launch that fucking ship, and the fucking the little gay British guy, God, I wanted him to stick around, but I knew that he was gonna die the second that Andor said, don't worry, you'll sleep when this is all over. I knew that the second he said that line, I was like, oh yeah, he's dying. He's dead by the end of this episode, and he died. And it was sad, and I liked that character. He was my favorite part of that whole crew. I liked him a lot. But anyway, that eye scene when they're climbing, the TIE fighters are coming fucking behind them. That, again, if you think that was boring, or that was just not Star Wars, you're fucking stupid and you don't understand Star Wars, because that was visually one of the greatest things that I've ever seen in any Star Wars property ever. Except maybe in Solo, which I didn't like Solo, but I'll give it to him with the Kessel Run. Visually, that was fucking awesome, and I wish that it was a little longer, that part of Solo. So it is what it is. But now, I mean, the Empire is losing their goddamn shit now. And again, I don't understand how that's not cool to see. Like, somebody on Facebook or something told me yesterday, apologies, because my SD card would stop recording for whatever reason. But yeah, so somebody on Facebook told me yesterday that I guess they were tired of seeing the Empire. They were bored with seeing, like, this side of the Empire. What do you fucking mean by that? This side of the Empire? We've only ever seen the Empire, like, right after, you know, a couple years after the rebellion's just been, like, kicking them in the dick. We've never actually seen the Empire, like, in their fat and satisfied state, as Andor says. We've never seen that side of the Empire. Like, we might have seen it a little bit in Solo, but they didn't focus on the Empire. They focused mainly on that heist and Crimson Dawn. So we've never seen this side of the Empire. Never. And it's fucking awesome to see. Seeing Coruscant under Imperial rule, like I said in my last video, was just, to me as a Star Wars fan, something I've always wanted to see. I've always wanted to see that. I've always wanted to see like just like the height of the Empire. So this is like delivering on that note of the height of the Empire. Like it, I don't understand how you all can think this show is boring. I don't understand it. I mean, I get that Star Wars fanboys, or just a lot of fandoms and a lot of people in general, have the attention spans of small rodents. But I really don't think you're paying attention if you think that it's boring. Like if something's dialogue heavy and you don't like dialogue heavy and you just want to see action constantly, that's fine. But watch a Michael Bay movie or something. Watch Halloween Ends. Even though that's not even action-packed the whole time. It's fine. Anyway, if you want to know my weird non-review review of Halloween Ends, check out my channel. Hit subscribe, and you'd know. I just put it out today, sometime. Or it might be after this video. I don't know. This video should probably come first. But anyway, I have been in this show fully since episode 3. If episode 3 didn't get it for me, I probably wouldn't be as invested in this show. But episode 3 got me. I am fully invested. I love everything about this world. Tony Gilroy, thank you. Thank you for doing your own thing. And I'm surprised that Lucasfilm just let them fucking go. So I'm curious to see this next 3 episode block. I don't know who's directing these next 3 episodes, but the direction in the show has been unbelievable in terms of Star Wars shows. As a lot of people say on the internet, it doesn't feel like a Disney Plus series. It feels more like an HBO series. 1000%. I honestly, I forget that I'm watching Disney Plus while watching this show sometimes. So, yeah, I'm still in it for the long haul, and we still got 6 fucking episodes to go. So, there's no way that this show can take a dive after this. Like, there's just no way. They've been keeping up the consistency every week, and unlike me, and I think having this 3 episode block style storytelling with one director handling 3 episodes, another director handling 3 episodes is really the best way to go about it. Because when you have one director handling a whole series like Kenobi, I don't know, it tends to fall flat sometimes. It's weird. You would think that having one director direct every episode would make it better, or make it somehow more consistent or something. I don't know. I think it's too much for one person to do an entire show, which is why most shows have different directors on every episode. But even then, you have one episode directed by one person, another episode directed by another person. Things can kind of get lost in the mix. So having like a 3 episode block with one director on 3 episodes, you can tell that they sat in a room and you know, came up with this whole thing, and we're all on the same page. Everything is consistent when it comes to the shots, the storytelling, the blocking. The visual effects are fucking great. Even though it feels like more of a low budget kind of spy thriller, which is, it works. It's gritty and it works for that, because it is lower budget, I guess, but it's also very high budget at the same time. I can't figure out what the budget for this show was. If anybody knows the budget for this show, put it in the comments. I'm really curious to know what it is compared to like Mando, Boba Fett, and Kenobi. But yeah, man, I'm just looking really looking forward to the rest of this series. I am. That's all I can say, is that I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that for the rest of this season there is no mention of the Force. they could mention the Force. The Force is around, but I don't want any mention of it. Really, I don't want any Vader mentions. I don't even want to see Vader. I don't want to see Palpatine. Tarkin would maybe be the most I like in terms of like old characters that I don't want to see. Tarkin might be the only one that I would be okay with because it makes sense. Because Tarkin's just gonna come in and more than likely be pissed off that these groups of Imperials at the ISB or whatever it's called just suck at their jobs. I could see that happening, or Krennic coming in or something like that. We're definitely gonna see Bail. There's no way. Jimmy Smits is coming back. We're gonna see Bail Organa at some point. They already hinted at him, which I'm okay with that. It makes sense. He's kind of like the star of the rebellion too. So whatever. What'd you guys think of episode 6 of Andor? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe as always. It doesn't hurt anybody else but me. I want to see what we can get to with how inconsistent that I am. I want to see how many people will hold on with me, hold my hand and walk me through this journey of YouTube. Because I only have like 167 subscribers or something. Whatever. Let's get to 1,000. I want to at least break 1,000. I can't even break 1,000 on my other channel. And I actually make stuff for that. Short films and stuff like that. And I don't understand it. And then half of these people don't even do anything and they have like 1,000 subscribers. I don't understand it. Get me to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. I want to get there. Get me monetized. Because I care. Anyway, fantastic episode of Andor. As always, I'm going to be inconsistent. I don't know when my next video will be. So that's the beauty of subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you want to. You don't have to, but just at least hit subscribe. Then you'll know when my inconsistent bitch ass puts up a video. So until then, happy Friday. It's Friday. See, I'm already 2 days late on this review, but everybody else has posted there, so fuck it. Who cares? Anyway, bye. How do you end these things? I love you.